welcome back to my channel. Things might look very similar to my last video. So I am, as you guys know, off of work. I have been since the 13th of March. It's now the 28th of March. Same day as I filmed my closet clear out. I'm actually going to show you guys because we have all this time on our hands, right? So me and my fiance have been just trying to keep busy, and I have decided that I want to learn how to sew. My mom actually bought me a sewing machine a long time ago for Christmas that I have in my closet, and I finally pulled it down. Basically, this is just like an intro, what I want to do, what I bought. So it's like a sewing haul. Is that weird? I don't know. I'll show you guys the little project that I did and what I made. It's not amazing, but it was the first thing that I ever made, and honestly, I was impressed. So I'll show you guys that, and then I'll show you my little sewing corner of this room, same room that you guys saw my closet in. I have like a little table that I can sew on basically. So yeah, if this is something that interests you guys, please let me know because I got time. We might as well make some sewing videos. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's hop in. First, I'm going to show you my little desk setup. This is in the same room as you can see as my closet. It's right behind me. This is kind of my like dressing room, arts and crafts room. It's technically our second bedroom, and my fiance's brother sort of lives here, but he doesn't use this room. So I'm going to show you this desk, and I'm going to show you kind of what I have going on right now. I use the same chair. I pull it over from my beauty desk, which I'm not going to show you because it's rough. Kind of go into depth about the items that I have and what I've been up to. Mind this is like wedding prep that I kind of have on hold at the moment because I don't need it. That's the foot pedal for my ancient sewing machine. It usually goes right underneath there. And then these are all the supplies that I'm gonna get into. And yeah, I just pull up my chair and this is where I work. All right guys, so I am sitting at my sewing desk and I'm gonna show you basically all of the things that I got. I'll show you first what I had when I made my outfit that you're going to see. I made a matching two-piece set from, it was honestly some fabric that I found at Goodwill. That's what started this whole thing, is I found this beautiful fabric. Let me just get it. I found this beautiful fabric that I thought was so cute, and I decided that I wanted to make it into a matching set because I thought that would be amazing. It's actually a bed sheet. So what I've done is made a tube top here and then a matching midi skirt. Now, it's not done and it's not amazing. This was my first try at doing anything. I didn't use a pattern. I just I measured my waist, and then I also measured the length that I wanted the skirt to be. And I found this like calculator online that helped you make a half circle, and then, you know, to be able to sew it together to make a full circle skirt. Turned out really well. I'll show you guys it on in a minute. So now I'm going to show you what I used to actually make those items, which I'm pretty impressed with myself because I had literally nothing. First, I had this little sewing kit from the Dollar Tree. Basically what I used from in here was mostly just the little movable tape measures to be able to take my measurements and also to mark off the fabric. And then also there used to be some white thread in here, and I also used that to sew the skirt on using the sewing machine. Also, I stole these from my fiance. He's a tailor. So these are the only pins that I had, and I used these. Also, I had these basically safety scissors. I don't know why these are the only scissors I have in my house. These are what I had, so these are what I used to cut the fabric. And then I also used this tape measure when I needed something stiffer and to lay flat. So yeah, those were all of my materials. And then I'm going to take you off and show you this sewing machine that I have. She's a look. So this is my sewing machine. My mom actually got me this for Christmas. It is in great condition, but it came with a, you know, in a box with manual and everything, but it was so old that the manual and the whole box, everything was just falling apart, and I ended up throwing it away and just having the sewing machine. And then I stuck it in a closet for months and months. So I kind of shot myself in the foot by doing that. I had to go online to find a manual because I couldn't figure out how to thread the machine. And actually we found out that this guy is from 1943. So it is a Montgomery Ward sewing machine, 1943. So crazy. It's brand new. It was brand new in the box, and I don't think anyone ever even used it. So I'm really happy to have this. And also the older sewing machines are kind of like workhorses, like they're really good at everything. And honestly, this has so many different adjustments and like stitch widths, all these things that I don't know about. So super happy to have that. Thank you, Mom. And all it cost me was $10 to replace the manual online. Okay, so that's what I used to make my first sewing project. But after that, I really had an itch. I was like, you know what? I want to learn how to sew better, be able to make a lot of things. If you notice something about that set that I made, it did not have any closures. Basically, I wore it to work and it was fine, but I kind of just sewed it to my body. I like, not physically, but I sewed the measurements exactly to my body and then like shimmied myself into it and like clipped it. What I didn't do was sew a zipper in because I didn't have a zipper. So I bought two zippers, this one in white and then this one in black. The white one so I can install a zipper into that set, and then a black one just so I could have for a future project. I want to say these were pretty cheap, somewhere around like $3.99. Oh, actually, I kept my receipt so I could tell you. They were $4.99 each, not bad. The next thing that I got was fabric scissors. So I got these two pairs. It came in a pack together and it was actually only $17.99. They weren't like the best ones that you can get, but these seem really good. They said it was made for fabric and they were cute. So I got a 2-pack and they were cheaper than the price of one. The other thing I got, because as I was doing this project, I ran out of thread. And so I like went downstairs and stole what little thread my fiance had just for like hemming and like fixing holes and stuff. So yeah, I was out of thread. But me not knowing anything about sewing machines, I got these thinking like, oh, it'll be like a ton of thread. And I called my mom and she was like, oh, does that fit on your sewing machine? And I was like, no. So I'll have to figure out, maybe I have to like wind them onto a different spool, but these are for industrial sewing machines, I believe, and I do not have an industrial sewing machine. But luckily I did get some of these. I got cream, black, and white just for, you know, random. These were 99 cents, and then the big spools were $3.99 each. Can't go wrong. The other thing that I got was basically like bulk of what I got was these. I got a couple patterns. So I got this one. I don't love like the one that they have on her. I like this. So kind of the top of that, but with a fuller skirt. I don't plan on making it anytime soon, but I bought it because I want to get more familiar. The only thing is that these only go up to, it looks like a size, it says size 22. I guess I don't know number measurements. So a 22, I don't know if that's like an extra large. It kind of looks like what the sizing is. So I'm going to have to size it up. It's called grading, I believe. I've been like doing some research on YouTube on how to do that. If you have any tips, leave them down below. I got two other ones. This one is this cool like pinafore kind of dress. So I like the one that's on her, but I also think that I'm going to do it a little bit differently if I ever do it. Maybe putting a seam right there, because this like straight bag thing doesn't usually work for me. And I also think it'll be easier to sew that way, maybe. And then lastly, I got a skirt because, you know, I made my own skirt just willy-nilly. But this one is kind of a little bit more intricate. As you can see, there's like some pleats going on. And I think this one will be pretty easy to braid up because it's a skirt, just a couple measurements. I got some fabric. This was kind of a shock to me how expensive fabric was. Oh, by the way, those patterns were only $3.99 each. Fabric was what was the most expensive, I think, because I got that big sheet of fabric at Goodwill. I just wasn't expecting it. That whole thing was $6.99. And then these swatches of fabric, one was $17.99 and one was $19. First thing, I got this like white linen. As you can see, it's just like a textured white linen. I thought it'd be cool if I could make like a top. I got the fabrics before I picked out the patterns. So like these aren't for these patterns. They're just ones that I picked out. And then this one, actually this floral, it's like dark autumny floral. And I really want to make a skirt out of this. So yeah, fabric seems to be the most expensive part. But I think if I had gone to Goodwill again, I probably could have found another cool, funky fabric. These are the things that I've gotten to like start. I feel like these were the most important things. Of course, since I've been doing more research since I did this shop, there are a couple things that I wish I'd gotten, like one of those curved rulers, as well as scissors that aren't like scissors, it's like a rolling wheel. I wish I'd gotten one of those as well. So I got the essentials, or like the basics I want to say, but there definitely are still things that I could serve to get. I'm just going to wait until this whole craziness is over to get those extra items. I think I'll be fine, especially as you saw the first chunk of items that I have, and like that's what I use to make a whole set. Like I think I'll be okay, especially with these extra things. I wanted to show you Joann's is really good with the coupons. If you're ever going there, please make sure that you look on like their app, because like the checkout lady was super nice and she was like, hey, download our app. We have tons and tons of coupons, and I got like so many discounts, and then your thing comes with discounts as well, like your receipt does. So don't sleep on Joann's coupons. And I'm going to put that set on for you so that you can see what it looks like. I'm so proud, but also I know that it looks really bad up close. This is the top. Obviously it's not like super fitted. So basically I took a measurement around my bust. So it's like, it fits my bust, but then the rest of it, you know, the waist could be taken in a little bit, above my bust could be taken in a little bit. So those are things that, as far as I've heard, are like tailoring things, not like sewing things. Well, they are if you have a pattern, but if you're just making it yourself, it's not gonna be super amazing. But yeah, so I sewed the hem. I did this like kind of thing down the middle because I originally wanted to put buttons. Probably still could. So this is the skirt. Honestly, I was super impressed with how it came out. It was pretty easy to make. The only thing is that like I didn't understand the hem portion, but I kind of get it now. But that's why mine has this weird like double fold thing and then this, but if you don't look close, you literally can't even tell. And then also the bottom is not a finished hem. But yeah, this is the outfit. It's crazy what you can make. Like now having made this, I feel like, oh my gosh, I can make whatever I want to make. I originally wore this with like a strapless bra and I put a denim jacket over when I wore it to work because like, obviously it's not done, but everyone was very impressed. Like, oh my God, you made this yourself, blah, blah. I felt like a kid. I'm like, look what I made. So